Hello, my name is Travis Contreras, and welcome to Start Here, Get There at TVH. In this 4-minute video, we'll revisit a skill you've already learned, one that's a foundational building block for understanding key concepts in our course. We'll break it down together using real-world examples, so be sure to grab paper and a pencil to take notes or solve problems along the way. Pause the video whenever you need to and work with me as we walk through the activity. Let's get started.
Who has the right to vote in Texas, and how did that change over time? Civil and political rights define who gets a voice in our government. Let's explore how Texas expanded these rights throughout its history. Texas hasn't always granted voting rights to everyone. In the early days, only white men who owned property could cast a ballot. Over time, Texans fought for a broader, more inclusive democracy. After the Civil War, the 15th Amendment ensured that race could not bar someone from voting, but new obstacles soon appeared, like poll taxes and literacy tests, that kept many people, especially Black and Mexican Americans, from the polls. It took decades of activism and landmark legislation like the Voting Rights Act of 1965 to finally break down these barriers. Today, all citizens over 18, regardless of race or gender, can vote in Texas, an essential right that continues to shape our state's future. But Texans didn't accept these unfair rules forever. Across the state, people fought back, organizing, marching, and speaking out for their right to vote. Civil rights groups challenged poll taxes and white primaries in court, while activists registered new voters and demanded change. The struggle wasn't easy, but their persistence paid off. In 1944, the U.S. Supreme Court struck down white primaries. 2 decades later, the Voting Rights Act of 1965 finally outlawed many discriminatory practices. Because of these hard-won victories, voting in Texas is now a right for every citizen, regardless of race or background, a right protected by law and made possible by the courage of those who stood up for fairness. Today, voting in Texas is not just a right, it's a responsibility. Thanks to the courage and determination of those who came before, every eligible Texan now has a voice in shaping the future. Registering to vote is simple, and there are many ways to cast your ballot, from early voting to mail-in options for those who qualify. Still, new challenges sometimes arise, and staying informed is more important than ever. Community organizations and volunteers continue the legacy of past activists by helping Texans understand their rights and navigate the voting process. Your vote matters, and it's your turn to carry the torch. By participating in elections, you honor the struggles and victories that made it possible for all Texans to be heard. So, check your registration, learn about the issues, and make your voice count. Because democracy thrives when everyone participates. The story of voting rights in Texas isn't just about the past. It's about you and the choices you make today. Every election is a new chapter, and you have the power to shape what comes next. Getting involved can be as simple as encouraging a friend to register, volunteering as a poll worker, or sharing reliable information about voting deadlines and procedures. Your actions help strengthen our democracy and make sure every voice is heard. Remember, change starts with individuals who care, just like the Texans who came before us. So step up, stay informed, and be the difference maker in your community. The future of Texas is in your hands. To recap, voting in Texas was once restricted and exclusionary. Poll taxes and white primaries shut out many citizens. Laws and amendments expanded suffrage for women and minorities. Leaders like Sweatt, Jordan, and Cunningham pushed Texas to be more democratic. Your challenge: choose one law or leader we discussed, like the ratification of the 19th Amendment or Barbara Jordan, and explain how it helped make civic participation more equal in Texas. Rights evolve when people fight for them, and Texas has a long history of that fight.